everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lisna Latifah, and today I'm going to explain you about how to teach speaking for young learners. But before we get started, I want to give you a little bit explanation about the goal of teaching speaking. The goal of teaching speaking is communicative efficiency. In communicative efficiency, they have expectation. Expectation must be linked with the developmental abilities at each level of the students. To support that, we as a teacher, we have to make students want to speak. So for that, we have to be more communicative, fun, motivating them, and make the classroom comfortable. Okay, so that is my introduction. Let's go to the slide. So the first slide is how to teach speaking for young learners. There are 2 points here. The first one is children talk while they play. The second one is play is vital and important aspect of child's development, and language is a part of that play. As we can remember, we teach young learners. Their world is playing. We can't apply learning in the form of speaking activity for them, especially if they are still in preschool, kindergarten, probably still in the first grade or second grade. We can't use the learning in the form of speaking activities. We have to adjust their world in education. We can use games, we can use storytelling, we can use song to teach them. Okay, I think it's for the slide number 1. I hope you understand. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, the next slide is background to the teaching of speaking. There are 4 points here. First, song. Song, we can use song in the classroom and the speaking classroom. The songs, we can play the songs through the YouTube, so the students can listen to it and also watch the video on it and also learn the materials, but also still can have fun. Or we can sing by ourselves and we can song and play with them with the games. Alright, the second one is poem. We can make a poem, or we can make a poem games or something like that in the class. The next point is rhyme. We also can use rhyme in the speaking class. And the last one is chant. Chant is the short song, as daddy finger, where are you? We can use that in the classroom. It is simple and easy listening for the kids. There are 4 points. Is a wonderful points to make students study while play at the same time, and also work at their grammar, vocabulary, and also pronunciation. Okay, I hope you understand for these slides. Let's go to the next slides. Okay, the next slide is the techniques and activities in teaching speaking. There are 2 methods in our techniques in this teaching speaking. I will just explain you 2. One is audiolingual method and second is communicative language teaching, or CLT. First is audiolingual method. An audiolingual method itself is method for foreign language teaching, which emphasizes the teaching of listening and speaking before reading and writing. The goal of this method is to enable distorted language communicatively. In teaching speaking for young learners, audiolingual method have 2 points or 2 ways. The first one is dialects and second one is in drill core response. I will explain dialects first. In dialects, especially in teaching classroom, when we're teaching, we can use the kids or the students a script of dialects. So they will have to memorize it and then show in front of the class after memorizing. We can use it for 2 or 3 group of students. And the second way, we can give them only the situation and they will make their own dialects. And dialect itself, it have 2 points here or 2 ways here. Can use puppet to introduce dialects or fishbowl techniques. And using puppets, the teachers can use puppets and to introduce, like, to make the conversation between the puppet and the kids and the students. So the student or the young learners will getting excited because who's saying is puppet. Okay, and the fishbowl techniques, it can use for the materials just to make more games after the materials. The fishbowl techniques, where the teacher of the group of students sitting in the center, where the chair is round, the teacher explain in the center. So it will make kids also excited or fun and comfortable because it's a different, like, it's not a normal classroom setting. So the kids will be happy. And the second one is drill choral response. As its name, it's drill choral response. It makes the teachers will make the students make a repetition, more repetition and repetition. It's very important in learning or speaking in English. Alright, I hope these materials or audiolingual method can be understandable. And let's go to the next slide. Okay, the second technique is communicative language teaching, or we can call it as a CLT. It's a common method in English teaching English. There are 3 points or 3 games or 3 ways we can play in CLT and teaching speaking. There are first games. There are lots of games for teaching speaking. The first one, we can tell the story and they can change the ending of the story, or we can play other, like, finding and mention things later, certain later, and etc. The second one is talking and writing box. We can talking and writing box, like, we can play it with a box. We can put the animal's name on it and we can play it. That's all. And the last one is teaching pronunciation. We can use, like, tongue twister and ice breaking. We can use pronunciation too. It's get fun, but it's get the material too. So I hope you understand what I explained. And let's go to next slides. Next slide is error correction. As a teacher of young learner, must spend time correcting not only behavior but also errors. But we have to remember, we teach young learner. If we correct the error the correction explicitly, like if they say, Miss, I just go to the mall with my mom yesterday. But then we correct them, no, not go. I went to the mall with mom yesterday. Then they will not speak to us again anymore, because they don't comfort to talk with us because we correct them explicitly. So better we have to talk them with we let them to talk because it will make them comfortable and confident to talk in English. Alright, I hope you understand. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, the next slide is managing noise level. In managing noise level, of course, it will be such as a big issue, especially in speaking class. Especially we teach young learners. So during the speaking activity, the noise level can quickly escalate and disturbing the other class. So how to manage them? Children can be taught a number of signals to become quiet. We can use the letter T here. It can make them stop talking and make them see us. Make sure that they are see this letter, the T letter. And also we can count from 1 till 5 to make them quiet. And also we can call them hi class, and that's all. I think there are so many ways to manage the noise level, and make sure don't ever shout over children. We have to remember the students we teach is a young learners. They are still young. If we shout over them, we don't know what will happen for them in the future. Okay, I hope you understand for these slides. Let's go to the other slide. Okay guys, finally we come to the conclusions, and the conclusion of the teaching speaking for young learners is speaking is equally important in children's overall language development. Young learners are like sponge. They soak up everything we say and how we say it. Thus, clear and correct pronunciation is of vital importance since young learners repeat exactly what they hear. So, I just wanna give the stress here. We as a teacher have to be careful in what we say because kids is a sponge. They hear everything, they can imitate. They can imitate what they hear, what they look, what we see. Okay, we have to be careful. And in teaching speaking, all we have to do is make them comfort, make the classroom fun, motivate them, make them confident to talk in front of the class. It doesn't matter how many vocabulary they have. The most important is the confidence and motivate them, make the class fun and comfortable atmosphere. Okay, I think that is enough from me. I hope you guys understand what I said, what I explained today, and I will close it with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.